Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing well in your study. Children, as you got portion of annual examination, so you have very less time to prepare all the chapters. So make a timetable and follow your timetable according to the time. Today I am going to start chapter 17, that is calamity. Before going to explain this chapter, just have a look on the contents that we are going to cover in this chapter. Natural disasters, earthquake. Yes, children, you heard it right. Here R are silent, so we will pronounce that earthquake. Tsunami, cyclone, flood. Managing disasters, providing first aid, and the last one, home assignments. So let's have a look on the first topic, that is natural disasters. Natural disasters are caused by forces of nature that are not within our control. A sudden accident or a natural catastrophe that causes great damage to property and loss of life is called a disaster or a calamity. It causes immense suffering and lasting distress to people and animals. Disasters can be natural or man-made. Earthquakes, tsunamis, cyclones, floods, volcanic eruptions, and forest fires are some natural disasters, whereas war, fire, and climatic change are man made disasters. So, first natural disaster is earthquake. A sudden violent shaking of the ground is called an earthquake. There are plates or blocks under the surface of the earth that keep moving and shifting. On these plates lie the continent and oceans. Children, do you know about continent? Okay. There are 7 continents: Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. Asia is the largest continent, whereas Antarctica is the smallest continent. Earthquakes are difficult to predict and impossible to stop. They can cause immense destruction. The tremor of the earthquakes shakes buildings and houses. We should try to stay calm and not panic during an earthquake. We should move to an open area that is away from buildings, trees, and electric poles. Children, I am going to tell you more about earthquake, so listen it very carefully. The word quake means vibration. So earthquake means the shaking of the earth. Earthquake range from mild to severe. The cities of Uttarkasi and Jabalpur in India have suffered severe earthquakes in the past. During the earthquake, building get cracks, electric poles are uprooted, and transportation and communication is disrupted. If caught in an earthquake, move to an open area or get under a table. Do not use electric appliances or elevators to escape. Next, tsunami. Tsunami are giant ocean waves that are caused by severe earthquakes or volcanic eruptions that occur under the oceans. Huge waves of massive force lash the coastal areas, causing damage to life and property. In 2004, a huge tsunami hit the coast of Tamil Nadu, causing immense destruction and loss of life. Children, I am going to tell you more about tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word that means harbor wave. Su is harbor and nami is wave. It is a series of waves caused by some disturbance due to earthquake, volcanic eruptions, even meteor hits. When a tsunami hit the Indian Ocean and caused massive destruction to life and property. Tsunami means long destructive waves striking the harbor. It is triggered by the powerful earthquakes on the ocean floors. It can flow at a speed of over 700 km per hour. The waves that are more than 30 meters high hit the coastal areas and destroy everything. Japan is prone to this devastating disaster. During a tsunami, one should move to the highest areas in the region. Next, cyclone. Cyclones are violent storms that cause strong winds and heavy rainfall. They are common in coastal areas and islands. The force and speed of the wind can uproot trees and electric poles. Cyclone Okhi hit the coastal areas of Kerala in 2017, putting the lives of hundreds of fishermen in danger and causing great damage to property and life. Children, a tornado is called a cyclone in India. It is a strong and stormy wind that hits the coast of India. Cyclones in India generally strike the east coast of India. Some of the Arabian Sea cyclones strike the west coast of India, mainly Gujarat. Cyclones damage kacha buildings, causes landslides, uproot electric poles and spread diseases like jaundice. In the event of a cyclone or a tsunami, we should move to higher areas or stay indoors. Now next, flood. Children, do you like the monsoon season after the scorching heat of the summer? I think you all will say yes, ma'am. So, rainwater collects in rivers, lakes, ponds, seas, and oceans. But, children, what do you think will happen if it rains and pours for weeks on the roads in your city that is beside the river or sea? The river or sea will swell. Your city and state will face the risk of a flood. So, a flood is an overflow of water that submerged land that is usually dry. Heavy rainfall causes the water in the rivers to overflow and breach the river banks. This overflow floods the adjoining areas, submerging roads and houses. Sometimes bridges are also washed away and communication becomes difficult. In 2014, Jammu and Kashmir faced severe floods that submerged many villages. In August 2018, Kerala faced one of the worst floods of recent times. In case of a flood, we should move to higher areas like the roof of a building or even tree tops. In case of a flood warning, we should spread the messages so that everyone can prepare for safety measures or an evacuation. Now next topic is managing disasters. Children, disasters can cause mental and physical trauma to survivors. People who survive disasters often face loss of family members, relatives, or property. At such times, help from the community is important. Providing first aid, food, and clean drinking water and many other things are needed in the aftermath of a disaster. Many governmental and non governmental organizations and charitable groups help people that are affected by a disaster. International organizations such as the Red Cross and the United Nations also carry out rescue and relief operations. Apart from these agencies, the army also engages in rescue and relief operations. Children, as responsible citizens of a country, we can collect money and clothes from people and provide them to the affected people. Schools, colleges, and business houses help items, etc., and send them to the victims. During natural calamities, many people become homeless. The other people in the community must help them to provide shelter. They should take the injured people to the hospital. The people who are least affected should help the victims by providing food and clothing. During droughts, the community must provide food items to the people who face starvation. Now, next topic is providing first aid. Children, I think you all have studied in the class 4th about first aid. So, can anyone tell me what is the first aid? Yes, it is the immediate help provided to an injured person before a doctor or medical arrives. If given on time, it can prevent the injured person's condition from becoming worse and even save his or her life. Children, here are some minor injuries that how can we cope up with these injuries giving first aid. So first is cuts and wounds. Children, if someone is suffering from cuts and wounds, we should first wash hands with soap and water. Then we can clean the bleeding wound with an antiseptic lotion and then cover it with a medicated tape. We can also cover the wound with a cotton pad or a bandage. In case the blood flow is still heavy, we should raise the wounded body part above the level of the heart to slow down the blood flow from the wound. Next, fracture. A fracture is a broken bone. We must remember not to move the broken part of the body. Gently attach a splint to support the broken bone and prevent its movement. What is a splint? A splint can be made from a long piece of wood, cardboard, a measuring scale, or even a folded newspaper. In case of fracture in the arm, after tying the splint, we can put the arm in a sling for support. The patient should then be taken to a doctor immediately. Next, sprain. A sprain is an injury caused by sudden twisting of a joint. It can cause pain or swelling. We should use an ice pack on the sprain to reduce the swelling. A pain relieving ointment should be applied on the injury and a crepe bandage should be tied around the sprained area to prevent the movement of the joint. Next, fainting. A person who has fainted should be let down on his or her back. In case there are no injuries and the person is breathing, we should raise his or her legs above the heart level. We should loosen the collar, belts, or any other tight clothing that the person may be wearing. People should not crowd around the person so that he or she gets enough air to breathe. Children, it is important to have a first aid kit with essential medical items for treating common injuries such as wounds, fractures, and sprains. We should also always carry a first aid kit with us with essential medicines while traveling. Children, natural calamities create many problems. They also hinder the development of a country. Hence, all of us should come forward and take the responsibility to face the problem boldly. So, I think you all have understood with the chapter that is 17 and that is known calamity. So, here are some homework. Here are some difficult words you have to write in your rough copy and learn it properly. Calamity, catastrophe, rubble, submerged, breach, contamination, trauma, aftermath, splint, sprain. And one question is there, you have to find the answer and write it in your rough copy. If you could volunteer to be a part of an NGO, how would you like to help and why? So children, these are for today. Thank you to all children.